out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want big rocks. I got plans, you got talk. Heard it's real cheap, but it's really gon' cost. I'm trying to get these ends, build empires with my friends. I'm about handling my business.
TeaV. Everything I say in this video is alleged. It is in my opinion, and it is for entertainment purposes only. Hello, YouTube family. It's TeaV. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the video, you guys. I'm new to YouTube. Every like and subscribe that I get, it helps me get higher in the algorithm. And I always forget to ask you guys in the front of the video, and I wait till the end and I miss it. So would you please do me a huge favor and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here we go. Hey, TeaV family. So today I'm just going to be doing a quick recap of season 25, episode 28 of Big Brother, and then we'll talk about some things that happened in the live feed today. So if you don't like the spoiler alerts, once I do the recap, click off because we're going to get into it, okay? So you know what? Boy ain't got a damn loyal bone in her body, okay? I am so upset. But you know what? Cameron should have listened to Blue when she told him that Corey was coming for him. He should have gotten Corey out last week. Mimi was a wasted vote. And now look at it. Look at this. Because of Jag, okay, coming in like hot at the end of the game. Here we go. Now you got my two faves. I'm clutching my pearls. I am stressed. You got Sari and Cameron on the block? What in the Sam hell is this? Listen, I don't know who died and made Jag the boss of all the bosses, but what? And Matt's just sitting here coasting. Listen, ain't nobody gonna vote for Matt or vote for Jag over Matt. So Jag's just gonna slit Matt's throat later. Jag has turned out to be quite the little snake. Anyway, this is not a recap. It's more like a rant. Let's start over. Let's just start over. I'm upset. You got my boy and my girl up on this block. I can't do it. I can't. Okay, let me back up, y'all. Just let me back up. All right, I can do this. I can do this. Okay, so the way the episode starts off is just showing the methodology of Jag, right? So Jag is working the heck out of this whole house. Corey believes he thought of the idea of evicting Mimi and that he got Mag and Jag to agree with him. And really, that was something that they had thought of in the beginning. So when Corey brought it up, they just went with him. Corey loves to think he's like masterminding something and he's this, you know, wizard or something. And so they just let him believe it. Well, Jag is telling Cameron this. Cameron is eating this up. And Boy's eating it up. And so by telling Cameron this and Boy this, he's now bringing them into the whole idea of getting rid of McCall and making Corey think he's like masterminding something. So he's getting the buy-in from both Cameron and America, and he has the buy-in of Boy, Matt, and now by default Blue, because she thinks she's into some type of alliance with Matt, Jag, and Blue. So Jag right now is turning out to be this masterful player, but you know what? This happens week by week. Week by week, the situation changes. Somebody believes they're the mastermind. The rest of them start to peep game. And then this mastermind will soon find himself on the block. It happens all the time. I'm hoping that Sari and Felicia can lay low and let these two duke it out and find themselves in the game towards the end because they got out of the way of the fight. Then there's this scene looking at Sari and Felicia, and they're talking about what they could have done in the HOH challenge, and basically it's nothing. All they had to do was Felicia had to keep the zero off. I just don't listen. That's what they had to do. Felicia had to keep the zero off, but she didn't. So here we are. Boy Jane is now head of household, and that's that. Now, I do have to admit, when they come in the bathroom and Jag comes in the bathroom and he's dancing and America hops off and she's dancing, I'm like, okay, this is so cute. I do love this moment. This is a really cute moment. I love them dancing and just celebrating in the bathroom. I really do. It's so funny to see Jag, Corey, Matt, America, and Boy Jane just in the bathroom getting it, honey. They so happy their little plan worked, but it was so cute. I loved it. So Matt, Boy, and Jag are in the room and they're discussing kind of their next steps and that they want to be the three that work together. But really, you know how this goes. Matt and Jag now have a relationship and an alliance with Boy. They have an alliance with Blue. They have an alliance with Cameron. They have an alliance with America and Corey. The only people in the house that they don't have an alliance with is Cirie and Felicia, but Matt is still somehow really in favor. Felicia and Cirie favor him. They really do like him, and I think they trust him. So really, they're pretty good everywhere in the house. And so Jag is saying he would like to take Boy to the end because he doesn't think she'll vote against him. He doesn't think that she can beat him in competitions. And if he's sitting up, you know, and they're the final two, they think everyone will vote for Jag. And I agree. I think that's 100% correct. But is that a smart move for Boy? It's not. It's not a smart move for Boy. For any woman in this house at this time, when you look at Big Brother, is at the end of the day, it can be a very simple numbers game. And what Boy should be doing is getting together with the women. They should get Corey out, so America has an allegiance to no one, and then the women should get together and vote Matt and Jag out. With Cameron gone, then they are free to then just play against each other. That's the smart move. Will Boy ever see that? I don't think so. Instead, Boy is saying, oh, I'm in a better position because Corey and America want to work with me. Jag and Matt want to work with me. I'm working with Cameron. So she's feeling like, oh, I'm in such a good position because I'm working with everybody right now. Everybody's talking to you right now because you're head of household. Other than that, who's been working with you prior to then? And Cameron specifically told her, look at who's coming in and talking to you all the time. If they weren't coming to talk to you before you became head of household, then essentially they're doing nothing but blowing smoke up your ass. So she's starting to feel the power of the head of household, and it's making her feel more solid with people and more safe than she really is. Boy has always been a number thus far, but that could also be an end in this game. It's how do you use, you know, your ability to be a number to anyone's alliance to your advantage. But I don't know just yet if Boy is thinking that way or not. We'll have to see. Boy is a huge question mark. She has been this whole game. And maybe that's her game. I don't know. We'll see. So they flip to Corey and America, and Corey's telling America, honestly, I want you and Boy at the end. Boy's feeling like she's got Corey and America sold. They ask America who's her final, 2 or 3. And she says, honestly, Corey and Boy. Now, it's not like she came up with this thought on her own, right? This girl is literally, whatever Corey feeds her is literally what she's going to do. If America's ever going to be useful to anyone in this house other than Corey, you got to get Corey out, because she cannot think for herself, and she's a very smart young woman, very smart, Brown graduate. She cannot think for herself unless Corey's out of the house. It amazes me how these very intelligent women lose their minds and just become so submissive once they get on this show and become a part of a showmanship. It's just crazy. She is not thinking for herself. She's thinking for Corey and basically being his useful tool. Then there's the scene with Blue and Cirie, and they're talking, and Cirie's asking her, who does she want to put up? And she says Corey and America. And then she's talking about, how she's missing Jared because he used to be her right-hand man and the person she strategizes with. Yes, ma'am. Just like he strategized to get his ass right out that door. I don't know. This is revisionist history for me. I don't know what Blue is talking about. She turned on Jared when she was laid up with him and strategizing. So I don't even know what she's doing. I guess she's trying to get close to Miss Cirie because she feels like when I get up out of here, if me and Cirie is close, it's going to help me get back in good with Jared. But Jared's silly as hell, so it probably will work. So Corey and America go in, they're talking to Jad about putting up Blue and Cameron because they need to get Blue and Cameron out because Corey feels like that's bad for his game. Matt comes in, Matt is listening to what they're saying, but Matt already feels like, no, Corey and America are going to do what's best for his game. So everybody is starting to think of what is best for me. Well, Matt and Jag are starting to think what's best for them as individuals, even though they're supposed to be the Minuteman. And then Corey and America are still working in unison to keep each other safe. In comes Cam, and they're saying, oh, we're just talking about knobs. And he's like, oh, well, one of you secretly the HOH. I think at that moment, Bell should have been exploding in Cam's head because Boy's not there. Why are y'all talking about nominations? Basically, that is them. You walked in on them contriving the mastermind of what they're going to go and pitch to Boy. Boy's not in the room, so why are y'all talking noms? And he should have tried his best to prevent anything that was coming down the pipe. But I think he felt safe with Matt and Jag, and that was a huge mistake. Now, another part of this episode that I really loved was Jag showing the world how he folds his turban. It was just such a beautiful, brilliant process, and it looks so good on his head. He is so stylish. His turbans and his shirts be on point. So I love that because it was very interesting to see how that was done, and he does it so beautifully. Every time he wears a turban, it's gorgeous. Loved it. So Sari is continuing just to stay out of everything. Her and Felicia are in the room, and they're talking about, Boy Jane and who she's going to put up. Blue comes in and she says she's going to try to convince Boy Jane to put up. So next you see Sari and Felicia talking to Matt and Jad, and they're trying to persuade them to tell Boy to put up Corey and America. Jag's not going for it because Corey and America is the only other 1-2 punch in the house besides him and Matt. As long as you have Corey and America, people are focused on them. They're not thinking about him and Matt. So it benefits him in his mind to keep Corey and America in the house. I think he's right. As long as it's Corey and America, nobody's looking at him and Matt. The minute Corey and America are broken up, everybody's going to start focusing on him and Matt. So it doesn't benefit his game, and so he's not going to do it. So Cameron is talking to Matt, and he's telling Matt, we need to get Corey out. But really, that should have happened last week. Should have kept McCall, should have got Corey out at that time. But because he didn't, people are starting to reconsider Corey and how Corey being in the house shields their game. And so Cameron's telling Matt that they need to get Corey out, and they're strategizing about it. Matt makes him feel like he's on board. But really, Matt is going to do what he and Jag decide to do is best for their game. They're not really paying attention to Cameron. Miss Felicia goes into the story about how she entered into the military. And so she's talking about being in an abusive relationship. It's very powerful. It just shows, the depth of this woman and her journey, how strong she is. I really appreciated this because if there's anybody out there watching going through that type of situation, this can be very inspirational to them. You just have to recognize the threat and you got to get out of that situation. And I really appreciated Big Brother giving this time and air because there's a lot to this woman. She's not just some older lady who wants to play Big Brother. That is a very smart, strong, powerful woman that's on this show, and I'm appreciating the fact that they're showing that side of it. I mean, just because someone is older does not mean they don't have value. It does not mean they are not strong. It does not mean that they were not a force to be reckoned with at some time. We all have our day, you know what I mean? And then we all get older, but it doesn't mean that she's not smart as a whip. She's not strong. She doesn't have a strong memory. She's intelligent, and she's come close to winning several of these challenges and has won one. So I hate the idea that, it's, the older ladies or the mamas. I can't stand that they do that to them sometimes because it really does disregard who they are and their strength. And I don't like that. I think in her telling this story, because she was in the Air Force, that it drew Cameron in because, he has a military background as well. And, I believe that because they have that experience in common, there is an appreciation and respect amongst the two of them that is wonderful to see as well. So I really like this moment. Good job, Big Brother. So here we go again. Matt and Jag, the Minutemen, they're talking and they're trying to work through, do we put up Corey? Do we go after Cam? What should we do? What's best for our game? I think it's clear to anyone, and Cameron's my guy, but it's clear to me that if anyone's sitting there and they have power and you have an opportunity to get Cameron out of the game, you will want to do that because Cameron can win the HOH, the POV, everything. He is a beast. So I just feel like it's crazy to even be having this conversation. You want Cam off the table if you're not really in an alliance with him, and the fugitives does not mean anything to them, then they get Cameron out of there. What will be the determining factor as if this is a good move or not would be if they were in the fugitive with Cameron could have won all those competitions and drug them to the end. Clearly, he could win everything. We've watched him fight his way back into the house, win the HOH and the POV all in a matter of days. He is such a huge force to be aligned with. However, they're making the decision right now to turn on him. So one of them are out in the next week or two. The wrong decision is being made right now. They could have rolled with Cameron all the way to the end, but because they listened to Corey and felt like he's now this huge threat against them, which he's not, now they want to get him out. Time will only tell if this was a good move or if this is a bad move. Right now, I'm feeling like when Cameron was talked out of getting rid of Corey and decided to go against McCole, that was his biggest mistake. Because now here we are, his supposed alliance is considering to turn on him. And this keeps happening. It just keeps happening. This house, I don't see anybody in this house who is not willing to turn on each other. These are really individuals playing this game. This is wholeheartedly individuals playing this game. I even think Corey would turn on America if it meant it would save his game. I don't think any of these people are really loyal to each other at all. So the Minutemen go in to start working on Boy Jane. And so she's like, listen, I'm an open book. I want to have a conversation like we've known each other for 500 years. So she asks, what should they do? Jag does what he does. He's like, well, what do you think? Like, hello, boy. So she's talking about, I want the people on the other side out of the game, meaning Cirie and Felicia. In this moment, they tell her, Matt says Felicia gets on my nerves, but she's not really a threat. And Boy's saying in her confessional, I don't know why they don't see you as a threat or America as a threat, which is the sole reason you all should coalesce, come together and become the threat that kicks their asses out of the house. They don't see the women as a threat at all because the women are not working together. So you want to show them how women can be threats, you get together. The way that she sees Felicia is the way that I see Felicia. But we're women. We see the strength and the power in women. Men don't technically view us the same way that we view each other. But I'm waiting for some or one or these women to wake up. It's not happening. Not on this episode, it's not. She's still listening to the damn Minutemen. And they just go to work. They go to work on Boy Jane. They just go to work on her. So Jag essentially says it's Blue and it's Cameron. He goes in and pitches to Bowie the exact scenario that Corey came in and pitched him at first. So Corey is puppeteering everybody. Corey is getting everybody to do what he wants them to do, because Jag is now doing the dirty work of Corey because in his mind it benefits his game. And Boy immediately pushes back and says, I'm not putting Cameron up. She should have stuck with that thought process. Boy says, she even says, he's a good competitor and he can protect me, which he would have. He would have. I don't know why it's so hard for people to believe that Cameron would just, once he gets into his alliance, that he would just carry him. I don't know why they don't believe it. I don't know. Then America comes in there and she's pitching Cam and Blue talking about their duo and what do you do with duos in this game. Girl, you are the biggest duo in the game. You are Comerica. What are we talking about right now? You just literally said that people should be getting rid of you. You are the biggest duo in the game. America just be out there doing Corey's dirty work. She don't even be thinking about what she be saying. It's a mess. But whatever. Boys just sitting here listening to what everybody has to say. Now, the truest story ever told is when Felicia walks in here and she tells her, Corey has managed to get everybody else to do his dirty work without ever getting his hands dirty. The question is, how far do you go with that? Well, let's see how far Boy goes with that. She does exactly what she should not be doing. She's listening to everybody else, although she's verbally saying, I'm going to play my own game. She does not listen to the good advice here. She's not. So she's in with Cameron, and Cameron is telling her, listen, you can put up Serena and Felicia, you know, they're easy to put up. Go, you can do that. But the target should be Corey. And she again says she's going to play her own game. She's going to take everybody's information, put it in her back pocket, and decide what to do with it later. Well, nomination ceremony comes. She puts up Sari and she puts up Felicia. And that concludes the episode 28. Okay. So now we go into what's been happening in the live feeds since Sunday's episode up until now. And it has been a lot, you guys. A lot has been going on. So if you do not want to hear the spoilers, now's your time to hop off, because I'm going to delve right into it because there has been a lot going on. So everyone's still trying to feed Boy information on what should happen, what should not happen. But essentially what happens is people start pushing to get Cam out of the house, and they start to win Boy's ear. So basically everybody is in the house is trying to push their positions, right? So Cameron's going around and he's wanting to let Boy know that it would be a better game for her if they get Corey and America out of the game. But basically, no, get Corey out of the game, not America, just Corey. He wouldn't mind America staying. And then he even has the conversation. At this point, I believe that he's starting to get the hint that something is going on. And so he's starting to kind of question and push against Boy a little bit and find out, hey, what's going on? And he's starting to get the feeling that he's going to be nominated. Well, they have the power of veto ceremony and Jag wins. Okay. And so Jag, Boy, Matt, Corey, and America are all on board with putting up Cameron. And so they decide to tell him. And so he's having a conversation with Boy and Jag, and they're letting him know that he's going to be nominated. And he mentions to Boy that it's like, you know, it's a backdoor, like she's going to backdoor him. And she's like, it's not a backdoor because I'm telling you right now. So I'm not backdooring you. I'm telling you that I'm going to put you up. She did mention to Miss Felicia that she felt like it was kind of like a situation with Heisem. And so in her mind, by telling him up front, she's not necessarily putting the knife in his back. You know what I mean? But then Cameron goes and he reaches out to Corey, which is the most unlikely chance that he could stay in the house. That he's saying to Corey, listen, I know we've been going against each other, but, you know, maybe we could try to work together. And Corey's just he's not having it, you know? Corey is not seeing a pathway forward with Cameron at all. And so he really does not entertain that. So nomination ceremony has taken place. Jag has placed Cameron. He took Felicia down and put Cameron up. So Cameron knows that he's going to be going home. He tries to say that he has the votes to stay, but he really does not. He doesn't have the votes to stay because with 3 votes, Boy breaks the tie, and Boy is at this point 100% about voting out Cameron. Now, will I ever say that things cannot change in this house? No, because they absolutely can change. But at this point, it has not. The upcoming episode is going to be pretty awesome because you have Otep and Zingbot that were part of the POV ceremony, and so it's already slipped out some of the zings that have taken place. I'm not going to say those because I really want to, you know, see and hear those in real time myself, because that is such an important Zingbot is so important for me. I love Zingbot. It's one of my favorite portions of the Big Brother show. I want to see it and hear it in real time. And so I'll save that for you guys too, so that you can see it in real time. But, you know, word on the street is Zingbot went in. Okay? He went in. So that was fun. I think the upcoming episode is going to be a little hard for me. It's going to be hard. Listen. They messing with my boy and my girl. Like, my two people are on the block right now. And so I'm struggling this week. I'm struggling to understand what these people are doing. I know Cameron is a huge target. I know he's a huge target. But if you're in an alliance with Cameron and like he's winning stuff and taking you with him, how is that bad for your game? Like, they could have waited a few weeks. I'm just upset. Having a hard time. Because even if they decide to keep him, you messing with Sari. These are my people. So this is where we're at. I guess Wednesday we will see what is going to happen. What do you think about this? Drop me some comments. Am I the only one who feels like their heart is being ripped out right now? I love Cameron. I don't understand why people don't like Cameron. I love watching Cameron on this show. He kills it. But listen, I gotta come to terms with this. I'm working my way through it. Hopefully I'll be better for Wednesday's review. Maybe it will have like sunk in and I'll gone through my stages, you know, of grief. But right now I'm not happiest person. Drop me some comments, like the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified the next time I drop a video. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams.